Hey Sandy, my name's Garrett Thornton. I'm a sergeant and public information officer for the Sandy Police Department. A week ago, we asked you to submit your questions to our Facebook page. We wanted to take this opportunity to answer some of your questions. We hope to make this a regular thing, so keep those questions coming. The first question comes from Steven. He asks, what are you guys doing for donuts since Joe's is shut down? It's a great question, Steven. We do love our donuts and we do love Joe's. We hope that Joe's can make a full recovery, bounce back stronger than ever. There have probably been fewer donuts in the police department this year so far. 5 of our officers kind of started competing against each other at the beginning of the year in a weight loss challenge. Those 5 officers lost 53 pounds combined in the month of January. They're really sticking to their New Year's resolutions like a lot of you are. So we'll see what February brings, but once Joe's opens, we probably will celebrate with a donut or 2. The next 2 questions are somewhat related. Sherry asks, I am about to receive my associate's degree majoring in criminal justice. Are there any jobs in Sandy that would be fitting for someone like me? And then Riley asks, I have no experience in the work field, but where would someone start that would love to work for Sandy PD in the city of Sandy one day? Those are great questions. Sherry, congratulations on the degree. That's a great thing. We need good people studying criminal justice. We need good people in this profession. Where you could start is you could come on a ride-along with one of our officers. Our ride-along form is on our city website. Go to the police department page, and then you can turn that ride-along application into our front desk or to any of our officers. A ride-along is a great chance to come out and see what our officers do on a daily basis, get to know the people that work for the Sandy Police Department. Before I worked here at the Sandy Police Department, I went on a ride-along with Officer Herrera, now Sergeant Herrera. He's one of my best friends in the world now. I didn't know him from Adam before then. A lot of great people work here at the police department, and we hope that you can come on a ride-along and meet them. Currently, we're not hiring. We are anticipating an opening later in the year because of a retirement, and we do have a staffing analysis going on right now, which could produce more positions in the police department. When we are hiring, that'll be posted on our Facebook page and on the city webpage. Dave asks, can you please clarify for the community what the policy is on camping in public spaces and how it is dealt with? It's a good question, Dave. It's a pretty comprehensive approach that we take at the police department to deal with homeless issues. Our community service officer, we have a homeless liaison, and they work with the Ant Farm, who we've partnered with, to provide resources for the homeless in the community. Those resources can range from short-term housing to long-term housing to food and clothing and the other things that people need. Our homeless liaison that works here at the police department, it's a patrol officer who does outreach to the homeless community. Our community service officer, Officer Moody, he does a lot of work in this arena as well. But because Ant Farm is plugged into city, state, and county resources, they have the ability to place people in housing and to get people off the streets. When people are resource resistant, there is a prohibited camping ordinance in the city of Sandy, and it's pretty detailed on the website, and I won't go through it all today, but it does give us an enforcement mechanism where we can move people along when they're camping in a prohibited area. Alicia asks, the school zone between Cedar Ridge and Sandy High is ridiculous because maybe half follow it. I've seen kids almost get hit before. Can someone sometimes patrol between when school starts and ends? Alicia, that's a concern of all of us. Here at the Sandy Police Department, a lot of our staff live here in the city. A lot of our staff have kids that go to the schools. It's definitely one of our priorities to make sure that kids can get to school safely, be safe at school, and return home safely. We have 2 SROs that are in the school district. They have been tasked with traffic enforcement before and after school when their call volume allows. And then our day shift officers also try to help with that. Recently, we did a traffic mission in the school zones before and after school with more officers than we typically have. That resulted in some very good conversations during traffic stops with people. And yes, we are enforcing the school zone speed limits and other traffic laws to try and keep people safe. It is one of our priorities, and we are going to continue to prioritize that. Scott asks, can anything be done about parents stopping and parking along the new Bell extension waiting to pick up their kids from high school? It's a great question, Scott, and it is something that has been brought to our attention several times over the last couple months. There are ongoing conversations between the police department, the city of Sandy, and the Oregon Trail School District. It's something that we are working towards finding an alternative solution that'll work for everybody. Stay tuned for that. That'll most likely be communicated through the school district. Gina asks, how come there are so many cars on the road with expired tags? What is being done about it? Are the police pulling cars over specifically for that reason? Great question, Gina. Yes, we are pulling cars over for expired tags, expired registration. There was a moratorium during COVID where law enforcement was unable to pull people over for expired tags. It was something that was signed by the governor of the state of Oregon during that time. That moratorium is passed, and our officers are stopping people for expired tags. The citation that comes along with expired tags is a Class D violation, which comes with a $115 presumptive fine. It is something that we are working to address, and a lot of other cities around us are working to address that as things did get behind during COVID. And the news DMV is reopening in Sandy, and so people can take care of those expired registrations closer to home. Francis asks, can anyone in the Sandy PD do a kickflip? My skateboarding days are long behind me, but I know that we do have an officer or two that do skateboard. Maybe when the Cedar Park skate park, the new skate park is done, maybe we'll do a department field trip over there, have some guys sign some waivers and shoot some content over there, because I think that would be pretty gold. If we do, we will put it on our Facebook. We might tag you, Francis, and let you know that whether we can do kick flips or not. I know that I can't, and I'm not sure that any of the other guys can. That's all that we got the time for today. Like I said at the beginning, we hope to make this a regular thing. I hope to be able to keep this line of communication open where we can answer your questions. We're a part of the community, and we want to be able to answer the community's questions. Keep those questions coming, whether it's in the comment section or direct message our Facebook page. We'll keep a running list until we're ready to do the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.